Hello and welcome to our ongoing series of conversations with people that are making a difference with how it is that we live our digital lives. Extremely fortunate once again to catch up with Marcie Jastrow. She's the Senior Vice President of Immersive Media at Technicolor and head of the Technicolor Experience Center. Marcie, thank you so much for taking the time to chat.
Hey, Lane, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Marcie, wanted to chat with you a little bit about this concept of artists in residency and specifically a relationship that you are forging with the Sundance Institute's New Frontiers Story Lab. What is the mission of this Artists in Residency initiative, and why is this something that you are pursuing so aggressively?
The mission of the Sundance Artists in Residency Program is to find those artists that truly understand immersive media. As you may be aware, New Frontier has really forged the ground for immersive media in all different contexts, starting, 4 years ago when they started bringing out VR and AR and what the potential of immersive media was and is. Using their lab allows us a look into what we think these artists are going to be able to do in the capacity of storytelling within immersive media. Why we want to forge the relationship with Sundance is they truly understand this space and they understand how to find those artists that understand how to build on where we are today and where we're going to go in the future.
So we're now well into the second year of the Technicolor Experience Center, which you founded in the summer of 2016. How does this initiative map to the overall objectives of the Tech as that institution now begins to evolve into a more mature state?
Technicolor has a lot of companies that create content, but they don't often get to take advantage of all the content that they're creating, and that's because it's a service business. The Tech needed to be able, because the Tech is the hub for immersive media for all of the Technicolor businesses, whether it's Connected Home, whether it's R&I, or whether it's production services, we needed to find those artists that could help us push content out, understand the R&I component to it, understand how this content can be consumed in the home. And so we needed to find those innovators out there, those storytellers out there that was creating compelling, rich, immersive media in order for us to also innovate on that media. So the Artist in Residency Program for the Tech is really, really important. And it's important because oftentimes what we think is pushing the boundaries might not necessarily be pushing the technology. And so in order for us to truly stay ahead of the market and really understand what the impact will be across the entire ecosystem and value chain, we can only do that by working on the most cutting-edge experiences. And we believe that the Artists in Residency Program will do that for us. We also believe that using an Artist in Residency Program will help us gain knowledge in how immersive media will move into other market adjacency or verticals. So, for example, what we're creating in pipelines and workflows for entertainment might be able to be capitalized in places like architecture, location-based entertainment, and the idea of moving these experiences through those, different types of verticals is very interesting. So the idea for the Artist in Residency Program is to really take advantage of these that are always pushing the boundaries of storytelling and technology.
Very interesting. Looks like you've picked three really excellent artists to come in here. They really do bring a different perspective. They're not your traditional filmmakers or in what I think you call flatties sometimes, that flat screen experience. So Marcie, tell me a little bit about the kinds of projects the Artists in Residency Program is going to be working on and why you think they're exciting and advance the mission of the Tech.
Yeah, so So, I don't want to give away what the projects are, but one of the things that the tech has to do is constantly find those people that are pushing the boundaries. In traditional service type business that Technicolor does, we don't often get a say in how we want to push the limits. So where we might want to inject something that research and innovation has created in the way of a technology. And so what we're trying to do is pair those artists that are working along those lines and inject some of our research and innovation to see how it plays out in a real production or a real experience. All three of these artists are pushing the medium of immersive media. They're also pushing the technology. So while storytelling is extremely important, it's where the creativity and the technology are going to meet here. And why I'm so excited about the Sundance Residency Program is that these artists truly understand how to tell a story in immersive media.
Marcie, it sounds just so exciting and really interesting, and you really are on the cutting edge. And certainly I can see what the tech gets from this. What are you offering the artists? What opportunities do the artists pull out of this relationship that they are experiencing with the Technicolor Experience Center or the tech?
If you take the concept of bringing artists into what is, let's call it a lab atmosphere, where we have multiple business units working together, which include R&I Connected Home, as well as artists. They need to be able to ask a question and have it answered immediately. And what's happening is when you put these artists side by side with the technologists and with our partnerships, they are able to get their questions answered quickly, and so they're able to iterate and innovate quickly, and they're able to prototype quickly. And so we had a situation where we had an artist in residency for a month, and what happened was he was working, it was only a 1-month artist in residence, but for the first 2 weeks, he was trying to create this experience that it just wasn't working. And no matter what, he wasn't able to really get the technology to work or get the concept to work or get the story to work. And once he finally started engaging some of the artists that were working within the tech that work for Technicolor, he was also able to leverage the partnerships and leverage the understanding of use in game engine, and then also potentially being able to work on workstations that he didn't have to go out and buy a robust workstation because our partner at HP was providing that workstation. So it's really taking it and saying, look, we understand how difficult it is to be an artist at this time in immersive media. We want to help you. We want to bring your stories to life. We want to help inject technology in there to make it better. We want to help make it faster. And you can only really do that in a way where everybody is working together in the same place. And so the idea behind the Artist in Residency Program is literally putting those artists sitting among the Technicolor team in R&I Connected Home, and then placing them with our partners. They may not know that some of our partners are looking for content, and they may not know that there's funding available out there for some of their experiences. So we become the connector for them. We become that company that is helping them to realize their vision.
Very interesting. So it sounds like it's a rapidly developing situation, lots of moving parts. As you think about it, as the head of the Technicolor Experience Center, what does success look like? What are you setting as the metrics that will make this something that you will say, yes, you know what, this is working, this is going in the right direction?
Right. So, one of the things that I've always said about immersive media is the traditional storyteller who we have seen tell stories in traditional flatties may not necessarily be that breakout artist who is going to really grow in immersive media. And that's not because the Steven Spielbergs of the world can't do it, or these traditional high-end flatty filmmakers can't do it. They may just not understand all the different components that go into creating a really immersive piece in the sense of what VR and AR can give to them, or immersive media. My hope for this is really that the artists see Technicolor in a different way, and that the world sees Technicolor in a different way, and that we are truly interested in helping artists realize their vision. And these traditional people who are out there making VR and AR and MR aren't necessarily getting funded the way that the traditional filmmakers might get funded. So this is giving them a shot to show their work. It's giving Technicolor a shot to inject our capabilities in a way where we've never been able to do before, to have some control over the content, to be able to show, to be able to give it to R&I and have them understand what the content is doing and how it's reacting. And then it's giving us valuable feedback. So as I've said before, you can't grow this ecosystem one company at a time. It's going to take many people, and we need a lot of feedback as to what's working and what's not. So by having this type of content and being able to show this content in multiple venues, we'll be able to get that valuable feedback of what's working and what's not, and then be able to, take a left, iterate quickly, prototype quickly, and be able to really understand what the implications are of immersive media in creativity and technology and storytelling.
Outstanding. Marcie, thank you so much for helping us better understand the significance of the Artist and Residency initiative that we're pursuing, specifically in this case with the Sundance Institute's New Frontier Story Lab.